You're gonna have to freestyle.
I'm ready. That's what I'm good at, impromptu. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is John Victoria. I am the CEO of Pollyanna, and we are a digital marketing company focused on HVAC contractors. So just want to share that currently right now I'm in the best shape of my life. Got no more midday crashes, and I'm now free of digestive issues as well as mental fog. What I was struggling with before we met, I remember mentioning a few things to you before. The first one was I had a lot of brain fog. I couldn't really think clearly. Before I would be very sharp and on my feet with like coming up with jokes or coming up with an answer, but just feeling really just like a lot of brain fog. Second, I was feeling pretty weak as well. I just wasn't able to keep a regular workout routine. I didn't really have a clear plan, so I'd go to the gym, I'd lift stuff, and then wasn't really consistent with it, and I'd also would injure myself quite a bit. Yeah. Then lastly, I just wasn't ever certain like what I was doing was actually the right thing. I would just like get tips from gym bro influencers online and just decide like, hey, this is what I'll do. But I was just really just shooting in the dark. So that's kind of like what I was struggling with those three areas. So some of the things that you had implemented to help solve some of those issues, the first one with the brain fog, there was a lot of advice that you gave me with my nutrition that was key at fixing my brain fog issue. First one was around my breakfast. For most of my life, I had eaten some form of carbs in the morning. It was either cereal or it was oatmeal. And, one of the things that you talked with me about was like, John, like that's in the morning time, like that's like the worst thing for you to like eat, like you're going to have a crash. And for me, I thought that was normal, like my entire life to have a mid-morning, late afternoon crash. And so you're like, nah, completely take that out. Second thing, you're like, all right, you need to remove seed oils. So I was eating this Jimmy Dean sandwich and it had like massive amounts of seed oils. So like, I like cut that out, and that was super helpful. I noticed like very clearly how much better I could think. And I wasn't having a midday crash. I would go from like 9 a.m. to like 5, 6, 7 p.m. and I haven't even eaten after breakfast, and I'm just running on clean energy, which was alien to me. And I know there's a big difference because just comparing myself with my friends, like they burn out around that time and I don't. And so it's like it's a beautiful thing. So that was the first thing with the low energy. The second thing that we implemented was just like having a clear workout plan. For me, I was using an outdated workout plan and also was just importing stuff from other coaches. And the results was that I was hurting myself and I just didn't really know if I was actually making progress. So, we had an app that we used, you tailored it to, kind of like where I was at the time. And at the time, like, I could barely do like 3-4 pull-ups because I just wasn't consistent. Like in the past, I'd done a lot more, but at the time I just was struggling. And so, fast forward a few months, 4 or 5 months, I'm doing assisted one-arm chin-ups, and people are walking up to me at the gym and commenting like, hey, you're doing pretty good, like, what are you doing? And so it's like a drastic difference. And like people comment, like I post a lot on social media, so people comment and they're inspired by it as well, and they're asking me what I'm doing. And so just from like a feedback perspective, like it's there. And like people, like I also feel great when I look in the mirror. For me, like I'm a very inquisitive person, and I ask like a gajillion questions on our calls. And so the Monty, he just breaks it down and always has like a reason behind things, and like there's like so many small nuances with the order you take things, when you take it, why you take it, taking in combination or not in combination, that I just don't have the time to like research as a business owner. And for him to just break it down and say like, this is what you got to do, this is why you do it. I've already done this either myself or I've done the research for it and then I implement it. and I just noticed it in my energy and results. I think that's the reason why, like, I've just every single week, I'm breaking some sort of record every week for myself with the plan. So, yeah, that's the results, and it's been really cool to see, just like, myself be molded, both in the body, but also just like knowledge and in the mind. Sitting on the fence, of course, it always depends on where you're at, and if you're willing to have to sacrifice some of the habits and some of the behaviors that have gotten you to this point. If you're ready to do that, and you're someone who is coachable, someone who's willing to learn, ask questions, and improve, then I would recommend that you should hop in. Power Fast Champions is amazing. I love being a champion. And but it only works if you put the work in. If you're willing to put in the work, and you're willing to reflect and see how you can improve, and sometimes take feedback on maybe some mindsets or some things that you're doing that you thought were right your entire life. Like for me, I was doing the same thing for my entire life. You have to kill some of those sacred cows, and if you're willing to do that, then I think you should do it. But if you're not ready, then maybe hold off until like you're ready to sacrifice some of those sacred cows to become like the best version of yourself. I would recommend Damani as a coach. Power Fast Champions, love the program, highly recommended.